Hey guys, it's the Wandering Wind. So, President Trump. Yeah, it's that time again. We're going to be talking about politics and just how stupid the presidency can be. Okay, over the weekend and over the last couple of weeks, but we've been hearing and hearing and hearing about North Korea. Well, now we're hearing that U.S. and Japanese ships are joining together outside, well, fairly close to the North Korea, South Korea area, and they're commencing war games. And now North Korea is either threatening to bomb them, or fire upon them, or threatening to fire upon the U.S. and potentially make it to the U.S. I know the other day I made a video where I'm like, you know what? The possibility of them even reaching the West Coast is nil. Now I'm not so sure because new information has come to light that I can't either prove or disprove that may indicate that there is, in fact, some capability to possibly hit anywhere in the U.S. If it comes down to that, I'm sure that we'll have about 5 minutes notice where we can get underground, get in the bunkers, and hopefully kiss our asses goodbye before everyone gets vaporized. But barring a complete and utter nuclear attack from our neighbors to the east, I don't think there's much that we have to worry about. I think well, to the east or to the west, whatever. But I don't think that there's very many things that we have to worry about when it comes to people like Kim Jong-un or the Russian leadership or the Middle Eastern leadership that are currently fighting us. Because to be honest, I think that God has his time, God has his way, and God has everything under control. If we're meant to die, we're meant to die. I don't care. The only thing that will happen when I die is I move from one address to the next. I move from having an address on Whispering Pines Lane to having an address on the Golden Street of Heaven. That'll be great. I mean, think about it. Streets lined with gold. Oh, did you ever hear the joke about that? Okay. Rich man's dying. He goes to the bank and he fills his suitcases with his preferred form of collateral. Well, he gets up to the pearly gates and he's like, "Hey, can I get in with this?" He opens up the suitcase and it's full of gold bricks. And St. Peter is like, "Why did you bring pavement? We already have plenty." But anyway, I just, you know, what the hell was that noise? I don't know. It came out of my mouth, but really, um, I don't know. Things are just so confusing. I mean, you have people on the left, people on the right arguing with each other. You have the poor people getting poorer, the rich people staying rich, the middle class and the higher class and the above lower class people just stagnating. And then you have the countries over in the east, the countries over in the European areas, they're all just under. It makes you wonder. I mean, how much longer can we really keep this up? How much? But again, I mean, life moves on. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The earth spins, and we wake up every morning still feeling like crap and still looking at the world and saying, well, could be worse. And you know what? It could be. You could have been born back in the days of the Second World War where everyone was afraid for their lives because there was constant unrest and constant conflict over over in the European and Asian countries. We had Japan bombing us. We had um, Germany wiping out the Jews and generally oppressing everyone. And it could have been a worse time to live in. And besides, think about it this way: at least you have the internet. At least you have a way to be able to enrich your life even a little bit, because with the internet and with resources like YouTube and Wikipedia and Khan Academy and other things like that, you can learn just about any damn thing you want. In fact, right now I'm brushing up on my mathematics on Khan Academy. I haven't had to do mathematics in years. And I tell you what, I barely remember half the stuff that I'm learning. But that's okay, because I'm keeping my mind sharp. I'm keeping my body active, at least for the most part. I'm getting more active now. And I'm also keeping my mouth shut a bit more when it comes to talking about stuff that I have no clue about. But anyway, I just wanted to really impress upon you guys that, you know what? It doesn't matter that we're at odds with other countries. It doesn't matter that North Korea every single day threatens to fire a nuke at us, because, to be honest, if they decide to, they decide to. If this is our last day on Earth, then it is. But to be honest, I don't think it is. And even if it is, so what's wrong with that? If you're a believer, you know you'll go to heaven. If you're an atheist, you know you'll just cease to exist, and you won't even know that you're dead. If you're an agnostic, you'll find out when you get there. And if you're a Buddhist, well, you'll come back as a worm. I'm sorry, but coming back as a worm seems like a thankless thing to do. It's like, oh, sure, I was a human in my last life, but now I'm a worm. Yay! Yeah, sure, let me be bait for someone else's hook. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of reminded of the scene in Disney's Hercules where Pain and Panic are like, "We are worms!" My God. Okay, well, before I get any more crazy, or stupid, or just plain silly, I'm going to leave you with this. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be worried enough about itself. The good Lord said in his good book, do not worry about what you may do tomorrow or how you may get your food, because if God clothed the flowers of the field, if God provides for the birds of the air and the beasts of the land and the beasts of the sea, how much more will he provide for you, his chosen creation? Really, I mean, if we're God's cherished children, if we are his most prized workmanship, then what do we have to worry about? What do we have to worry about now? Sure, we may say, oh, well, there's a war on the horizon. Sure. But who controls the hearts of man? God does. Who controls the events of history and the events of the future? God does. Who makes all things new and who makes all things possible? God does. Don't worry. Live your life happily and let God work through you and around you, and just trust that he has everything in store for you. And if you come into different trials and tribulations, do not blame God for the trials. Thank him for the ability to make it through. That's what I've learned, and that's what I want to leave you guys with. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something from this video, or if you were entertained by anything in this video, please hit that like button down below if you guys haven't done so yet, and I'm sure that there are going to be a few of you that are new here. Please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red button over there. And once you hit the red button, a black bell icon will appear right next to it. Please make sure to click that so that there are two lines going on each side. That indicates that the bell is ringing and that you will receive notifications every time I upload a video. And as always, if you have comments, concerns, ideas, or even criticisms of any kind, leave them down in the comments section down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love seeing your faces here. And I just love being part of your guys' day. If you guys want to continue to support me, continue to just share my videos wherever you find them. Check out my Patreon page, which is down below in the link. Check out my coffee mug line from Teespring down in the link. And as always, thank you for watching. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you guys again soon.